Welcome to SPEED FEM, a podcast series created to promote a more equitable, inclusive and aware corporate culture. SPEED FEM is first and foremost an acronym that stands for Sharing Practices for Equity and Empowerment in Diversity with a Female Intersectional Approach, and it is the title of a European project funded by the Citizens, Equality, Rights and Values Programme of the European Commission. The project stems from the collaboration of a network of organizations committed to promoting more equitable and inclusive work environments in Italy and Greece: Fondazione Sodalis, Fondazione Soleterre, Fondazione Libellula for Italy, KEAN and TNI for Greece. Italy and Greece were not chosen by chance, but because they are two countries ranked at the bottom in Europe when it comes to gender equality in employment. What is the goal of SPEED FEM? To promote the presence of women in the workplace, particularly those facing multiple forms of discrimination based on gender, ethnicity, age or disability. Women are not a single entity. They have different stories, experiences and backgrounds. A solution may not work for all women, and if we don't acknowledge this, we risk creating further barriers to true equality. This approach is called intersectionality, a term coined by African-American Jewess Kimberly Crenshaw in the late 1980s to highlight the unique experiences of black women in the US, showing how ethnicity, gender, social class and other identities cannot be separated when analyzing discrimination. For this reason, it is important to consider these intersections of identity to build more effective D&I strategies. How is the project moving in this direction? SPEED FEM aims to achieve the following objectives: promote the development of capacity-building tools and raise awareness about DE&I for businesses. Foster the exchange between companies, non-profit organizations, communities and individuals at risk of discrimination to facilitate the creation of inclusive work environments. Promote the importance of the socio-economic integration of women facing multiple discriminations. The project particularly targets companies offering them tools and opportunities to develop truly inclusive practices. The first action of the project was a call to action for the collection of best practices from Italian and Greek companies on the inclusive management of their employees. Specifically, best practices were encouraged that consider the intersection of gender with other forms of discrimination, ethnicity, religion, age, sexual orientation and different abilities. The selected projects were included in the SPEED FEM collection of best practices and through the SPEED FEM interactive tool for their dissemination at both national and European levels. The selected companies will also be invited to participate in national and international virtual dissemination events. By participating in the best practices collection, the company will have priority access to other services that the SPEED FEM project will provide to implement appropriate D&I management strategies. This series of 12 podcasts is part of the strategy to spread these best practices. We chose a simple, direct and accessible format, short episodes designed to inform but also to inspire. In just a few minutes, we will explore key topics related to gender equity, listen to expert voices and share stories and successful models that can become points of reference for today's companies. Why talk about these practices? Because what works needs to be shared. Best practices, when shared, can become contagious. They can strengthen the sense of community, responsibility and commitment in work environments. And most importantly, they can help us build safer, more respectful and inclusive workplaces for everyone. We invite you to listen to the upcoming episodes, reflect with us, and why not, bring small ideas for change into your professional world. SPEED FEM starts here with the belief that change is never too fast, but it can be much closer if we walk this path together.